Okay, so approval of the agenda. As it stands, the agenda right now, we have one presentation given by the incoming and outgoing presidents. From there, we have two motions from ACUSC. One is to approve the updated policy binder, and then we will ratify the 2023 to 2024 council. From there, we de-ratify the 2022 to 2023 council. Both are done in motions. And then we have from the four action items for the incoming council is the appointment of the 2023 to 2024 USC auditors, ratification of the incoming USC board of directors, and approval of the 2023 to 2024 legislative calendar. No other items other than that. Are there? Yes, President Gardner.
Can I amend the agenda to add the
Yes.
appointment of a Purple Care representative?
Yes. Can I get a seconder for that?
Second. Sorry. Jonathan second.
Councilor Mashwari, are there any questions on adding this motion? Are there any points of debate? Okay, if there are none, are there any objections? Raise your Zoom hand or speak up. Okay. By the way, this whole part is just for outgoing counselors. So incoming counselors, you can rest easy until I tell you to. Okay, so with the addition of that, we have another motion. Do you want to send that to Anna so she can put it on the screen when it's time? Okay.
Yes.
Are there any other amendments to be made? Okay, if there are no further amendments, please head over to Turning Point to approve the agenda. Okay, the agenda passes unanimously, so we are going to approve the last meeting's minutes. Are there any questions? Oh, can I get a mover? Councilor Mashwari, seconder, Councilor Kitamisi. You will also act as the mover and seconder for the agenda approval. That's a little out of order, but are there any questions on last meeting's minutes? Any points of debate or amendments? Okay, if there are none, please head over to Turning Point to vote. Okay, the minutes pass unanimously. So we'll move on to our presentation given by the outgoing and incoming presidents.
Awesome. Oh, Bella, why are you making that face? Okay, she's gone. Less of a presentation, more of just a quick couple words. I just wanted to thank this year's council for being so great. Not just you as people, but the way that you represented all these different diverse voices. It's been a long year, but it's been a great one that I wouldn't trade for anything. I'm definitely going to miss these Wednesdays, the Wednesday night meetings, twice a month, no matter how long they go. And I hope that this incoming council is excited for them, because when they do go, you do miss them. Other than that, the other big thing, and I know Sunny's a big provider of this as well, is I won't be here this time next year, so I can't say it then, but if anyone here is thinking about running for an executive position, please do. This was the greatest decision I've made in my life, and if I had listened to my internal thoughts that I wasn't qualified enough or good enough, I would not be the same person I am today. I came into this position with 0 USC background. I was a soph. I got shit on for being a soph, but this was the best year of my short young career. I came in with zero experience, and I was taught by not only my team, by full-time staff, by Jeff Armour, by a bunch of great people. Helped lead a $1 million week, helped lead a multi-million-dollar LTC negotiation. There's too many things to list that I, this time last year, was not ready nor qualified for, but that's not the point of these jobs. The point of the job is that it's to learn and it's to grow. So I think anyone here, if you have even the smallest smidge of wanting to run, I'd advise you to do so. Even if you lose, it just becomes kind of a fun story to tell 10 years down the line. No one here knows who lost in 2019. If you do, just shut up, Ethan. But no one here knows, so it doesn't really matter. Thanks, guys.
I'm gonna give you a nice big heart, Ethan, for that amazing presentation. I think we should all give him hearts as well. So I want to see hearts all over the screen. Amazing. Also a little bit less of a presentation, more just of a discussion. I'm super excited to meet you all, get to know you all in your capacities, help your councils throughout the year. I've learned a boatload of information from Ethan and his team and all the outgoing. It's been a crazy transition so far, but happy to get started. I'm coming to you from Vancouver, right? So it's been a little bit of a rest week for us executives so far, but next week we're coming full ramp back into the game. So that being said, most of you guys kept up with the elections and everything going on so far. So, you know, some of the priorities we have coming into the year. Me and my team are super excited to help you guys all out with all your priorities as well. Have some nice, cool, awesome Wednesday nights and hopefully some Recs afterwards. But with that being said, I will also echo what Ethan said. If you have any intention of running for an executive position this year, next year, whatever year you want to run, definitely take it. It's exactly how Ethan mentioned. It's the best and worst time of your life, but it's also the best time of your life. Like, let that be the emphasis. With that being said, totally open to any questions throughout the year, even throughout the summer. You guys should have my email. So anything you guys want to say, I'm all ears. So yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so we will move on to our first motion, which is the motion to approve the updated policy binder. Next slide, please. Okay, do we need a mover? Can I get a mover? Councillor Cohen and Councillor Farouk will be our seconder. I'm assuming, Jordan, you don't want to speak on this.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Are there any questions? Councillor Mashwari.
Yeah, I was just wondering if someone who worked on this could sum up like any like major changes that were made.
I could talk about this from a staff perspective, if you want. Basically, all it is the sum of all of the changes that you guys approved at council this year. So, and then the board is the other piece. So in terms of the big changes for this year, it's been everything that you've seen come through council. And then on the board side of things, it's a lot of the policies that we're required to review every year. So for like health and safety type stuff, we do those every year. And then the others are on the kind of same 3-year cycle that we cover on the council side of things. And then the elections governance committee has kind of just there's a single policy for them that we didn't touch this year. If you have more questions, I can go to more detail, but that's the high level.
No, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, further questions? Okay, if there are none, are there any points of debate or amendments to be made? All right, if there are none, please head over to Turning Point to vote. This motion passes unanimously. Okay, motion 2, the ratification of the 2023 to 2024 Council, Councillor Kurtmack? Is that?
Yeah. I can move.
Okay, okay. Councillor Mashwari will second, unless that's a question. Okay. So this is current council voting to ratify new council, so new council, don't worry about it yet. Are there any questions on this? Are there any points of debate or amendments to be made? Okay, if there are none, please head over to Turning Point. So sad. Okay, this motion passes, though not unanimously. So now that being said, there are about 40 members of council to account for. Moving on to motion 3. This is now to de-ratify the current council. So sad. Melissa, am I correct that we need both councils to vote on this, right?
Yes.
All right, so can I get a mover? This last one for the year, who wants it? Councillor Turner, Councillor, and the second will be Councillor Mashwari. Okay. Are there any questions? Are there any points of debate or amendments to be made? Okay, so current council, or I guess outgoing council, please head over to Turning Point to vote. And then incoming council, please raise your Zoom hand to de-ratify outgoing council. And this is 2023 to 2024 council. Raise your Zoom hand if you're in favor.
Bella, I think I have 2 votes for this. Do I just do both?
Yeah, if you're incoming and outgoing, do both, please.
Okay. I want to vote in favor with one and then against with the other.
Thanks, Peter.
Okay. Okay. All right, please lower. And for the Zoom hands, are there any opposed? And are there any of those who abstain? Okay, if not, this motion once again passes, though not unanimously. So we're not clapping, but congratulations, incoming council, and I will miss you a bunch outgoing. Now, right into work. First order of business, motion 4 for incoming council. We have to appoint the USC auditors. So whereas council must appoint the USC auditors on an annual basis, you get the gist. Okay, so new council. Do we get the kind of general vibe of I need a mover right now? Someone with voting rights just needs to move. Just Councillor Gottas, and can I get a seconder? Gee, I don't see your last name, but you can second. And questions on this? All right, if there are no questions, are there any points of debate? If there are none, current council, please raise your Zoom hand. If you're in favor, sorry, I should have specified that.
Ethan.
Okay, lower. Are there any opposed? Wait, I'm gonna lower your hand. Are there any abstaining? Okay, if that is everything, this motion also passes unanimously. Amazing, amazing job. First motion, council. Okay, motion 5. This is the ratification of the incoming USC Board of Directors. Can I get a mover? Councillor, oh, they're going. How do you make it so it doesn't like Councillor Ding, and then seconder can be Counselor Tellez. Are there questions? Are those hands questions or leftover hands? Are there any points of debate or amendments to be made to this motion? Okay, if not, please raise your Zoom hand if you're in favor of passing this motion. Okay, lower. And those opposed? And those abstaining? Okay, this motion also passes unanimously. And now we are going to approve the legislative calendar, sorry. Okay, Counselor Flaherty can be the mover and Counselor Sasu can be the seconder. Are there any questions on this? Okay, are there any points of debate or amendments to be made? If there are none, please raise your Zoom hand to vote. Vote in favor. Okay, lower. Those opposed? And those abstaining? Okay, I don't know if that was a vote, that Zoom hand was a vote for, but this motion does pass. And now we are going to move on to President Gardner's motion, which, Anna, do we have that? Might be at the bottom of the agenda.
I've added it to the bottom of the agenda, and I can provide more context if we need it.
Yes.
Oops, go back up. It's right there.
Okay. Is there a mover? Counselor Thornton and Counselor Solofsky can be the seconder. Melissa, do you want to provide context for this one?
Sure thing. So the USC, as some of you hopefully know, has something called the Purple Care Trust. That is how we provide healthcare benefits to undergraduate students on campus. And that there's a group of students who are responsible for overseeing that trust and making decisions about, within certain parameters around kind of what we can do and making sure that we have enough money and all that kind of thing. And so there are a number of individuals who sit on that trust, but one of them needs to be a counselor. So what we're looking for from a counselor, it's usually about 3 to 5 hours a month. So it's typically one meeting a month plus some prep time. You get all kinds of training. So it's not like you're just thrown in and expected to know how to run a trust, which is a legal entity. If any of you know Counselor Oslis, or now President, Social Science President Oslis, she was the Purple Care Trust rep from council last year. So she did a lot of work on that. But it's a good opportunity if you're interested in some of the like legal and business aspects, or if you have a particular interest in kind of healthcare and provision of health on campus. And understanding kind of a different piece of the USC that a lot of students might use on a regular basis, but might not know like that there's actually students overseeing it on the other side. So if you have other questions, happy to do my best to answer them, but otherwise we're looking for nominations from the floor for people who are interested.
Via, is that a nomination?
Yeah, I'm interested.
Okay, so we have a self-nomination. Amazing. Counselor Tan.
I'd like to also nominate my co-Ivy counselor, Katz.
Okay. Are there any further nominations? Oh, also, Hannah, do you want to accept that?
Yes, I accept.
Okay. Any further nominations? Okay, so we have 2 nominations, though we need to elect 1 counselor. Do the nominees want 30 seconds to speak?
Sure.
Okay. Hannah, if you're comfortable going first, I'll put 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, sure. Can I start? So I served as a counselor 2 terms ago, and I was actually elected to be the Purple Care Trust on the Purple Care Trust hiring panel. So I got to do a lot of like research on what they do. I've also gotten familiar with the work that they do and some of the people on the trust. I know what they're expected from the people working on it. Also, I'm a business student and I'm really into like management and like some legal stuff. So I'd be really interested in handling the business side of it, like understanding how a legal entity works and just learning more of the ins and outs of that. So yeah.
Okay, and Gia, you have 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Let me turn on my camera. So I think I would like to be a part of the Purple Care Trust because I'm really interested in healthcare policy and developing a career in that. In addition to this, I have done research in healthcare policy, so I do think I can bring that unique perspective. Of course, unlike Hannah, I do not have the experience working with them before, but I think my interest and passion for this will really help me learn and immerse myself into it and hopefully make decisions that are to the best students' best interest. So that's why I would like to be elected to the Purple Care Trust. Thank you.
Okay, so we usually do not do voting like this, so don't expect this to be the norm, but given the circumstances, I'm going to say one of the candidates' names, and if you
Bella,
are voting for it,
I have a form made if you
oh,
want
thank
to do
goodness.
that.
Yeah, let's do that. Is that gonna go in?
I'm gonna put
We might
it,
have to email it.
I'm gonna send it by email because I don't
Yeah.
know that everybody signed up for a Slack account yet. So just give me one
Yeah.
sec.
No worries.
Sorry, my computer is thinking very hard about this decision. Okay, I'm sending everything to your UWO accounts because I know some folks emailed me today that they're having trouble with their USC accounts. So check your UWO accounts. It's in there. We can leave it open for a couple of minutes.
Okay, then Melissa, do you want us to ratify that decision and then circle back to the result?
Totally up to you.
Okay, we're gonna do that. So, we haven't. All right. So what we're gonna do is you all are gonna vote now in what's sent to your email. But in the meantime, whatever the result is, we're gonna vote to ratify that. So that being said, please raise your hand if you're in favor of ratifying the result of the email vote you are conducting right now. Okay, lower. Please lower. Okay, and those opposed? And those abstaining? Okay, amazing. This will pass. With that, is there any new business on the table? If there is none, we now move on to questions and comments from the Western community. All right. Oh, yes, Laura, or Councillor Crow.
Yeah, I was just wondering, is there any affiliate representation at the Purple Care?
I will double check that for you. To the best of my knowledge, sorry, there's not a specific affiliate spot on the trust, but there are students at large, so the opportunity is there.
Okay, and are all the positions filled for that?
I will have to double check on that one. I don't work with the Purple Care Trust. I just get the request for a counselor spot, but I can make a note of that and I will follow up for you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Okay, lovely. If that is it, before I accept a motion for termination, Councillor Mashar, you cannot motion to terminate. I
No,
don't think you.
I have a comment as a member of the Western community.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say this was really controversial, and I opposed the motion to de-ratify.
Oh, that was you? Is that what
Yeah.
you're owning up to that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tamsin, do you have something to say?
Yeah, I was wondering if I could take a photo of all of us, even as like a Zoom. Yeah, if that'd be okay. So I don't know if you want to do it maybe after termination, but before everyone logs off, they can wait a little bit.
Yeah, let's do that after termination. That way everyone who's not comfortable can sign out. Okay. With that, I have a few housekeeping things before I accept the motion for termination. My computer might run out of battery. So number one, thank you for all new councillors for coming to AGM. I'm going to send out a link soon to schedule one-on-one meetings with everyone. And those are just 15-minute chats to get to know each other and answer any questions you might have and explain the expectations for the rest of the year. And I look forward to seeing all of you in 2 weeks at the retreat. It's going to be so much fun. It is mandatory to have fun. It's going to be great. So if you have any questions about that, you can reach out to me sooner rather than later would be better. And we'll send out a detailed agenda soon and all the details, but just keep that weekend open and we'll see you all there. And if you need any kind of accommodation for whatever reason you can't be there, we can see what we can do about that. So just let me know. All right. So new council. I'm going to accept a motion for termination if anyone would like to make one. Councillor Kermack.
You actually have to make the motion, Peter.
Oh my God. Motion to terminate.
Can I second?
Also, I think Bella made it disappear.
Yeah, I don't know where Bella went, so I'm gonna take this one and say, I think we need a seconder. Who would like to second?
I'll second.
Councillor Ding.
Councillor Ding.
Okay, Councillor Ding, you have the second. And
Thank you.
now the meeting is terminated. I think that's what Bella says.
Anna, do you want me to close the voting for the Purple Care trustee?
Yes, I think, has everybody voted? Yes, I say we close it. And then I guess, are we gonna announce it right now, Melissa?
I can do that. Let me just close the voting. No more responses. And the results in a close vote, Councillor Gaddis will be the representative for this year.
Thank you.
Congrats, Anna.
Thanks, Peter.
Also, Bella would like you to know that her power has gone out and that's why she's disappeared.
Bella wants to throw it to me right at the end here, right at the end of the contract.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to stop recording now so you guys can take pictures, disappear, whatever you need to do.